Hey there, my friend. My name's Joe McVean, and I just spent the darndest time getting you set up on my backpack here, so you better stay still. Now is the time when I'm supposed to start talking about how I've got all the answers for you, how I'm a marketing guru or something. And yeah, I've got a lot of things that are going to help you, but more importantly, what I want to impress upon you through all of this is not to let somebody else's opinion drown out your voice, your unique voice. Because ultimately, it's your voice that's going to change the world. I'll give you the structure, like think of it like everything I talk about today is going to be like the glass, but you put the water in. It's so important to always remember that. So there are a bunch of strategies out there for how to get your message, your voice out. And honestly, I've tried damn near all of them. And me bringing this to you is me sharing with you everything that I've learned as I've gotten my voice out, my message out. I'm very passionate about people living their purpose and people following their dreams and changing the world in proportion to, or related to how they feel that they, express themselves. Because I think that the world has just gotten a little too fake and inauthentic. So these have been the strategies that I've used to bring forth my message to the world, and I'm very confident that they'll help you bring your message to the world. Because ultimately, getting all the internet stuff out of the way and focusing on the human connection with the people that follow you, work with you, whatever, that's really what it's all about. I mean, that's truly what matters. So that's what I'm here to help you with. It's really going to come down to the two major factors: setting the structure and sharing your voice. So we'll start with setting the structure part. You probably have a lot of questions around how to approach social media and digital marketing right. And I mean, you could be forgiven. There's a ton of uncertainty out there. There's a ton of options out there. Coming from my own experience, let me just tell you a little bit of my story. I quit my job and just like, that's it, I'm going to become an inspirational speaker. I don't know how. So I just started the only way I knew how. I just made Facebook videos. And somebody reached out to me. They're like, hey, do you have a website? And I'm like, oh, that'd be a good idea. So then I was just like, I don't know, how do you make a website? I've heard of WordPress. So I taught myself all of WordPress and coding and everything. And mind you, I was working 16-hour days. It was bonkers in the process. So I taught myself WordPress, and then I realized that one of my clients mentioned something about hey, what about Wix? Because then I started to become a purpose coach. Hey, what about Wix? So I tried out Wix. Wix just, ended up being faster. So I not only built my web presence around Wix, but then also helped other people use Wix to build out their message and their platform. And then, I came across a couple of books, and some people whose opinion I trusted told me about ClickFunnels. And so I moved my entire web presence over to ClickFunnels. And that has been the most effective way that I've been able to get my message out for a couple of reasons. Number one, the ability to track the conversion rates of people on your site. And number two, most importantly, I think, it's easy. It's just like Wix. It's pretty easy to drag and drop, so it's easy to do. But number two, most importantly, I think, is that it's designed with marketing in mind. So if you think of regular websites, they're kind of like, we set up a storefront, and people just go to the storefront and we hope that they stick. Whereas ClickFunnels is more like receiving them and having a human experience with them and taking them through a dedicated sales process that you predetermine, so that you can have a more personal interaction with each one of those people. And that's what I'm all about, is human connection, personal interaction as much as possible. It just so happens that it's good for your business too. So I'm going to go broad stroke over all of this stuff, and then I'm going to go detail by detail. So I came to find that ClickFunnels is the most effective way to start your web presence, to be online today as a coach or consultant or whatever business you're in, really. Attracting customers to you is really attracting people to you, because people have so many options. Human beings out here have so many options that, whatever it is that you sell according to your purpose, whatever it is that you're offering to people in exchange for money, because that's how your business, continues to grow and you can continue to change the world. People don't start as customers. You can't just walk up to somebody and say, hey, will you marry me, or will you sleep with me? You start with gradually getting into that. You start with, hey, I noticed you from across the way. I like your shoes. Would you go on a date with me? I promise I'll smell good. And then you go on the date and things go well and you escalate it. So that's how you should think about your online interactions with your customers too, is not trying to go out and sell to strangers. A lot of times, some network marketing people and other kind of companies kind of get this wrong. They just go out and try to cold call and sell to companies. It's miserable for everybody involved. It just doesn't work. because that's the equivalent of coming up to someone and saying, hey, will you marry me? So instead, you come up and you give a compliment, you know, and you make a positive experience for them. Something for free. You're watching this for free, this training, and it's going to be comprehensive and it's totally free. You know, because I want to add value to your life before I ever talk about like how we can work together and all that stuff. Because like that's like, ugh, you know, like ugh. Nobody wants that. So set the structure with a ClickFunnels website. Now you're like, well, shit, Joe, I don't know anything about ClickFunnels. I'm not a very good coder or at all. You know, I don't know anything about computers. I suck at it. I've got great news for you. Partnered with ClickFunnels. I found out recently that I can do this. It's freaking awesome. I partnered with ClickFunnels so that if you click the button right below, you'll actually get a free funnel. The funnel that you used, or that I used to introduce you to what I'm doing right now, which is the value of this free training, you can also use to set up your web presence, have people understand your story, have people understand your message, and kind of take people through that gradual process of becoming an email lead, and then, you know, whatever it is you do after that, whether it's group coaching or selling jump ropes or going skydiving with them, like whatever it is. But it literally does not matter what business you're in at all. If you're a dentist, it's the same process. But that is, I entirely just lost my train of thought. So yeah, ClickFunnels. Oh, click below. Click below for your free website. It's awesome, and it's a free 2-week trial. After that, it's $97 a month. So the way to think about that is the amount of time that you'll spend not having to learn how to like code yourself or pay a web developer to build it for you, because you'll be able to drag and drop. It's super easy to set things up. You'll be able to drag and drop and have your own website presence there. So the savings over time are ridiculous because of the things that you're not going to have to pay for. And then it links in very well with MailChimp. And so MailChimp is a great way, which you might already be using or you might be dabbling in, but especially if you're starting or if you have a moderate following, I recommend MailChimp as a way to gather email leads and then deliver content to the people that have started to fall in love with you, your message, and your brand, whose lives you can change by what you do, to continue the relationship with them through what's called an onboarding campaign. And so I've wrote out a couple diagrams. I wanted to explain it to you all up front and first. What's called an onboarding campaign, and what that is when somebody clicks on like giving you an email. Like for example, you are now on my onboarding campaign, so you'll receive emails like every so often, just kind of staying in the loop and understanding what's going on in the community, what's going on. If you happen to enjoy the energy of what's going on here, there's a tribe around it. You could be more and more involved in the tribe or have marketing help or whatever it is you need. You'll see. It's not even worth talking about right now. You'll be introduced to it over time, but also like a ton of free value in terms of inspirational stories, things that'll help you out. My goal is to make your life better because you clicked on the thing that you just clicked on to get here. And that should be your goal with your clients too, because like this is all about loving people, like business as a vehicle to raise human consciousness and love people. That is totally, totally what I'm all about. So that is MailChimp. There's all sorts of guides online on how to do that. I could have made a guide myself, but truly other people have done it better. So literally just YouTube or Google how to create an onboarding campaign in MailChimp, and you'll be good to go. You've probably already learned as an entrepreneur that you're gonna end up Googling and YouTubing stuff a lot. In fact, I have an engineering degree, electrical engineering degree, and I swear to God, I didn't learn nearly as much about electrical engineering as I learned about just how to learn anything through YouTube. YouTube and Google. But I came to find that entrepreneurship is the same way. It's like all you have to do is decide that, okay, I decide now that I can learn this. Computer architecture, the most boring crap on the face of the earth. But it takes first the decision, I can learn this, and maybe in front of me I don't have all the resources, but I have the ability to find it somewhere else. In fact, I think that's like a very powerful spiritual concept. Like you are more than your circumstances, and you can decide what to think about so you can change your reality. I mean, like that's getting a little deep. If you know anything about my message, I like to go deep every now and again. But that's powerful stuff. So you can learn anything. MailChimp is going to be a cinch for you. It's set up to be easy. They've got guides in ClickFunnels and in MailChimp. Both situations are like, kind of YouTube your way through, Google your way through. Just so you know, my emails that I send you are going to be more about raising your vibration, up-leveling your perception of life, attracting into your reality positive messages, positive people, positive things, really making your life just glow from the inside out. I don't really jive on teaching the how-to stuff. That's why I systematize this all as like a one-click and get it over with the free training thing. I help you, if you're ready to scale up your business, I'll help you like piece it together in a value ladder, figure out how to offer this, then this, then this, then this, and do more of like a a passive income sort of situation. That's what I do with one-on-one clients for purpose-driven entrepreneurs. I don't work with anybody that's just selling hats that they drop ship from China. You know, like I want to help people who are changing the world. Just so you have an idea. But yeah, so you should continue to want to add a ton of value to people once they're on your email list. You do that through MailChimp. So, question is now, how do people find out about your ClickFunnels website? And what I came to find is that there was some sort of accidental intuitive genius that happened when I quit my job and started making Facebook videos, because it just so happens that that's where everybody is. Now, people are moving to Instagram, and you can use Instagram. I currently, in my stage of evolution of my business, don't like Instagram nearly as much, because I know that my target audience is on Facebook almost entirely, and there's a smaller percentage of my target audience that's on Instagram. And I don't know, I feel like it's harder to get discovered on Instagram, but I know that people can share my stuff on Facebook, and maybe there will be people that email me telling me ways that I can get discovered on Instagram. But also, here's the real raw truth. I just like doing this and making videos with my phone. I don't really like taking pictures and glossing them up, so Instagram's not for me. You decide whatever platform is right for you. I'm not here to say that anything is right or wrong. I'm just giving you the structure that has worked for me and works for my clients. So I stick to Facebook. Now, if you're just kind of starting out, or if you have, or maybe like up to your first year or 2 years, or maybe up to like $10,000 in revenue is probably a good way to think about it. I would stick to your Facebook profile. And in fact, what I've recently realized is that you'll never actually move all the way away from your Facebook profile until you have like 200,000, maybe 100,000, 200,000 likes on your Facebook page, your fan page, your business page that you create. So don't worry about creating a fan page or business page early on in your journey if that's where you are. And in fact, it'll hurt you if you do, because here's the thing most people don't realize. When Facebook went IPO, became a publicly traded company, started having stocks on the New York Stock Exchange, they all of a sudden had shareholders to answer to. They had to start making more money. And so how they make money primarily is through businesses paying for ads. And so when businesses pay for ads, you know, they make a chunk of change, or Zuckerberg stuffs his pocket. But the thing is, they needed more people to pay for ads, and they needed more ad revenue. So how they did that was they dropped dramatically the organic reach that a Facebook page gets to down to 5% or less of the people who like the page. Meaning, if you post on your Facebook page, 5% or less of the people who have already liked your page will end up even seeing it, because Facebook wants you to boost your posts and put ad money into your posts so that more people can see your brand and be exposed to your brand. So if you're just starting out, that's not the way to go. In fact, unless you have a well-oiled marketing machine where you know like where to put in the message and like how the money comes out the other side, it's not a good idea really to do Facebook ads at all. I would really just get tuned in on growing your email list to 2,000, 3,000 or more, so that you know that like you could just come up with a $97 product and send an email and then make, you know, a couple $1,000 or more, you know. So as long as you're continuing to add value to your client base, like having an engaged following of people on your email list is just, it's critical, it's everything. So there's that Facebook profile. As you're just getting started, people ask me like, how do I get discovered? Well, the key is going to be consistency, and this is moving a little bit into sharing your voice. Another key is every post you make that you feel like is a home run, you know, those ones that are like, ooh, that was good, that was a good one, that was really everything I needed to say. Put those in groups related to where your ideal client is. That's how I grew my following to over 6,000 very rapidly, just through my Facebook profile, and 6,000 people, I mean to say, through my Facebook profile. So super helpful stuff. But yeah, just grow your friends list. You know, like get more eyeballs on your stuff, and then more and more people will be dedicated fans. They'll see what you do, they'll be sharing it, they'll really appreciate what you do, they'll understand your message, and then over time, speaking opportunities come to you. You know, if they haven't already, or you could reach out to speaking opportunities. I mean, like the sky is the limit. I'm trying not to get too technical and like do this, then this, then this, then this, or maybe it's the other way for you, left, right. Yeah, because ultimately, like when you get into your creativity, you know all the answers as far as what's the next best step for you. And that is really what I'm talking about next. So that was all setting the structure. We've got ClickFunnels, MailChimp, and Facebook leading people into ClickFunnels. So get that ClickFunnels template down below, the free like website thing down below. You're gonna have to switch out my picture, my story, my, you know, the words and the videos and everything for yours, but it's going to save you a boatload of time. You know, and if there's anybody else on this journey too, like feel free to share them the landing page so that they can get this free training too. Because, you know, like it's just get past that. You don't want to spend a month and a half, probably 2 months of my entrepreneurial journey I spent unnecessarily teaching myself how to like build websites. You don't have to do that. And you shouldn't also spend a ton of money on it either, because there's just better ways now. So that is setting the structure. Let me recap everything that I just talked about with this diagram right here. So you'll see we've got a Facebook profile. Sorry, you probably couldn't hear me. You've got our Facebook profile. This is where we attract an audience to share your story authentically as much as possible. Just take a screenshot. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Good. Hopefully you saw that. Now I'm just going to read it to you because I can't do both at the same time. So you're going to do live videos and your authentic story posts, which we'll talk about in a minute. You're going to share in groups and boost your friends list. So then that brings people down to ClickFunnels. Use my template for free. Feel free to change it around. You don't have to stay to the template, but like it'll save you a ton of time. And that's where people will be able to see your story. That's where people will see that you're legitimate. You've got a real website. You're going to link it to, when you purchase your ClickFunnels thing, you get a free domain name. So that's like, mine is joemcveen.com. Yours is going to be whatever.com if you don't already have one. Add a ton of legitimacy to you, and then that's where you do what we call an irresistible offer. So the first major step, this is what you're looking at right now, is the irresistible offer, like a free website and like marketing training, all that stuff. That's the irresistible offer to use for attracting people to trade their email address so that they could become part of your like world and be more in contact with you more frequently. Then that directs down to MailChimp, down yonder, where you have an autoresponder. You can YouTube how to exactly do that. More story posts, just like, you know, like share your truth, blog posts kind of things, share people to a YouTube channel if you have one, if that feels right to you. Boost people's trust with you and add a ton of value to their life. Make people's lives better, otherwise you're wasting your time. Spread your message, and then try to keep like a 5 to 7 to 1, 5 or 7 to 1, or 6 I guess, sales to value add ratio in sending your stuff. So don't be like spamming like every other thing you're asking people to buy stuff. Make your autoresponders set up so they just like help people. Like that's what we're really here for. That's what really makes us happy. If we're here to be happy and live our purpose and be joyful, like, which is why we want to live a purpose, is to be more happy, then we're making other people's lives better. And you know, like, so you could do that now with no money transacted. So then the money thing becomes a plus on the end. In fact, that's more and more the only way that this will work, because people are just having such high bullshit meters because there's such like fake corporate things that are in the way of them having a human interaction with the people who are working in the corporation. Most people don't realize, this is going off script a bit, most people don't realize that there is no such thing as a company or a corporation. If you think about it, there is no such thing as a brand. It's just a commonly agreed upon fiction that we all have. Like somebody said that, oh, we are going to be Procter & Gamble one day. And then everybody else agreed. And then everybody else told other people. Now those people told us, and we buy their stuff, so the grocery store agrees too. But ultimately, it's just an idea that somebody said, like, this is real. Okay, sure, we'll go with it. Every company is that way. So we're just companies of just like organized ideas that people subscribe to, and then, you know, act accordingly. So see through that as much as possible, and don't contribute to the illusion becoming the reality. Meaning, be a freaking good person regardless of how you brand yourself. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes a lot of sense, because that's like the most important thing I could share, is that we're all freaking human, so quit pretending. Yeah, that's good. Now to my most important, most favorite stuff. That's the structure. That's really going to help you. That's going to get you there. That's great. But now, sharing your voice. There is a key that I've come across to sharing your voice. The only key, I don't know. I don't like to use the word only. But what's worked for me is, most people ask me, like, how do you become so vulnerable and so real and effective in your marketing? How do you just, you know, how do you do what you do? Really, I boiled it down. I was doing it unconsciously for a while, and then boiled it down and realized what it is that I've been doing and wanted to share that with you. First and foremost, what I did and always do is identify and remember. There's a garbage truck coming, so if it gets loud, I apologize. Maybe we're just gonna hang out and he's gonna pick up that trash. I'm gonna talk. No, he's not. Hold on. Stand by, system processing. I don't even know if you could hear that, but it was distracting me. So you identify your highest vision for your life. That's what I was doing all the time because I was in such a situation of fear and turmoil. Like I literally quit my job and I was working for DoorDash. I was delivering people's food for DoorDash. And every day I was doubting myself. I had an electrical engineering degree. Like, Joe, why are you not getting a $100,000 job somewhere at a cubicle? Would be the voices that I heard in my ear, whether they were imagined or real. I mean, there were actual people saying that. I was doubting myself all the time. In fact, I remember one time in particular, I was I was going to pick up a burger order. Somebody ordered a burger from a local burger joint. And I sat down and the order wasn't ready yet. The bartender said, "I'm so sorry, there's been a mistake in the system. If you have a seat here at the bar, we'll have it out for you in 20 minutes. You know, and I'm already broke. 20 minutes is like 20 minutes that I'm not gonna get paid for. So they looked at me, they saw that, they felt that energy, and they're like, to make it up to you, here's a free beer. They give me a Miller Lite draft. And so I was like over the moon at the time. I was like, wow, cool, free beer, nice, great. You know, that's nice. So I'd have the beer, I'm a little tipsy. It was a tall beer. I'm a little tipsy, I go back to my car after I got the burger or whatever, they completed the order. And I sat in my car like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Like I got a free beer out of this thing. Like I'm just living the dream, you know? Like, man, that burger smells good. I might sneak a fry, you know? And that I started laughing out loud at like how interesting life can be. And then that laughter turned into the tears that were trying to happen the whole time. And I started to sob right there with the steering wheel. I just cried my freaking eyes out and wondered again, you know, those deep feelings. Like, is this the direction that my life is meant for? What am I doing? Am I wasting my life? Is this hopeless? You know, I was driving at night so that in the morning I could keep making these inspirational videos as best as I possibly could. And I say all that to say this, that I was in such a place of despair that I forced myself to had no other choice, had to envision a reality that was better than what I was in. My current reality was so shitty that I had literally to force myself to see a better way. And so this is where my highest vision and my dedication to my highest vision for my life has started to come from. And then I operated from that vision as if it was reality all the time. But most important after that, I mean, you've probably heard that before from like the law of attraction, The Secret, and stuff like that, but getting even more technical about how to enact that is so important for me. And when I say technical, I don't mean physically technical, I actually mean emotionally tactical. And so here's like the key that I'm most passionate about sharing to humankind is what I call my emotional purpose compass. How this works is what it would be if you had your highest vision for your life. So pause this and write it out if you want to. If you're not going to do that, then just listen and kind of think about it right now. If you had your highest vision for your life already, what would you feel? What would be the primary 3 emotions you'd be feeling? This is a great exercise. For me, that's strength, peace, and clarity. For you, it'll be different. Don't let me bias you with what it is for me, but write down those top 3 feelings. Really think about it. Pause me again if you want. What would be the top 3 things you'd be feeling if you already had your highest vision for your life as a present fact? Wayne Dyer says it like you must assume the wish fulfilled, and move forward as though the wish fulfilled is a present fact. That's what he says in the book Wishes Fulfilled by Wayne Dyer. But anyways, before I get to the next thing, what we have right now is this: feeling 1, feeling 2, and feeling 3. Write those down. Those become your emotional purpose compass. Now, if you haven't experienced this yet, serendipity, coincidence, miracles, extrasensory perception, intuition, deja vu, all of this stuff is all part of the same phenomenon, which is just, it falls under the umbrella of spirituality. What I call it is just, there's more going on here than 5 senses. There's more to physical reality than human beings have evolved to be able to perceive with our 5 senses. Taste, touch, smell, seeing, and hearing. Taste, touch, smell, seeing, and hearing. I nailed it. I usually don't get it that good. And so what that means is that there's, like I said, there's just more going on. And so you could assume that 5 senses is your only reality, like most marketers do. And you can force your way through everything and think that if you're not doing it right, it's just because of a strategy. You will exhaust yourself doing that. I started a company right out of college there was like a company where we were seeking venture funding, and it was just like grinding and struggling. And whenever we were stuck, I never considered that I could sit and meditate to get answers. I would just research and like try to find an answer outside of me. But the real truthy truth of all of this stuff is that you have all of the answers, all of the creativity, because you're the person that creates things in your life. Like, you created your business, therefore you can create anything else in the business. So because you are the creator for your reality, you can come up with any answers, any solutions to every problem. And business is truly just the system of problem solving for other people. And another Wayne Dyer quote is that there's a spiritual solution to every problem. What that means is that you can have a spiritual business because you yourself, by just going inward, can solve problems, and then do that for other people because you get the, you see where I'm going with this? Like, if you don't believe me yet, just frickin' apply this. Your emotional purpose compass. So you've got those 3 feelings identified, whether it's feeling loving, creative, peaceful, free, clear, strong, happy, funny, whatever it is. Understand those 3 feelings. For each one of those feelings, what is it that you have to do to feel that way? I mean, like, what are activities that you could do now that make you feel that way? If it's like you want to feel joyful and like full of laughter, then maybe there's your favorite comic. Maybe part of your morning routine, that's what we're crafting right now, is your morning routine to raise your vibration. Maybe part of your morning routine is you listen to your favorite comic every day. So if maybe one of your emotional purpose compass like feelings is that you want to feel connected to your spouse, and maybe every morning you do some eye gazing with them, or you just commit to sitting down and drinking your coffee slow and having a relaxed conversation with them, and maybe it's feeling strong, so you go to the gym every day. But where we're going now is define and commit to a morning routine that enables you to feel all 3 of your emotional purpose compass feelings now. We do this because your emotional body is your magic wand. And I know this went from marketing to woo-woo. Stick with me, because this is way more valuable than any structure I could ever give you. So your emotional body is your magic wand, meaning this is what they talk about in The Secret, the law of attraction, attracting into your reality the things that you want. The emotion from which you proceed from must be in the vibrational frequency, like the same level of frequency. The same feeling of joy, I should say, is another way to think of it, as your highest vision for your life. Otherwise, there's not a match to it. Like, you're trying to, Abraham Hicks says, like, you're trying to get there from here, and you just can't get there from here. Like, you can't be so unhappy that you help unhappy people get happy, right? Only happy people can help unhappy people get happy, And so in the same way, if you think through time, like, if your highest vision wanted to come your way and to become a reality for you, but you were just this miserable schmuck that thought nothing of yourself, it couldn't. There's a vibrational gap going on there. You see where I'm getting at? So you have to feel fully now in order to ever really feel your life in general, but more importantly, to ever really feel your highest vision for your life as a present fact. This is true for me. I'm not just telling you theory. Like, look at the beach I'm on now. Like, I started this journey in Columbus, Ohio, in the snow, stuck, making no money at all, anywhere. Like, my life has totally changed because of the application of this stuff. It's not all structure. It's vibration, too. Like, I hope that doesn't sound too woo-woo. So, apply those 3 emotional purpose compass feelings to your morning routine. Whatever it is that you have to do for you, structure yourself. And why I'm saying that isn't just to better your life, it's because when you write marketing copy, if this is windy, I apologize. When you write marketing copy, I'll cover it up like this so that's not so bad. When you write marketing copy, everybody gets to see immediately what vibration you're in. And there's no hiding it anymore. Once you open up your mouth, you show the world how much of a fool you are. What did Mark Twain or somebody say that? So getting yourself in a high vibration isn't just to feel good, it's because the words that end up coming out of you are more creative, loving, free, truthful, compelling, and inspiring when you feel good writing them. That's like, man, if there's nothing else you get from this training, that's the thing. Trust me. You actually don't trust me, try it and feel it for yourself. So showing up every day in your morning routine and writing a blog post, after your morning routine, I should say, writing a blog post, doing a video. This is immediately after my morning routine. I just got back from the gym and an hour meditation. That's what I need to do for me. You figure out what that is for you. You get clear on whatever it is that you need to be doing for you, so that you feel good and aligned and strong and free and peaceful and whatever it is you need to feel, and your marketing will inspire like nobody's business. That's why I call this process inspiration marketing, because it's not just strategy, you know, like this isn't like, God, it just drives me bonkers, all of these Facebook and YouTube ads of people saying like, this is how you attract high-paying clients now. Like, yeah, okay, their structures are good. I just told you their structures. But more importantly is like, who's showing up? Don't give people empty glasses, you know? What a lot of these people do is give people empty glasses, and what I just did was give you a strategy for how to find an infinite source of your own water. I gave you a bucket for your well, as well as the glass. So apply that, my friend. Get your free ClickFunnels thing down below. I don't know if it's still gonna be there by the time you watch this video. It'll be coming on and coming off depending on my client load currently. I like to work one-on-one with clients all the time, but my schedule is, you know, there's only so much freedom in it. So if you do see a button for a free 30-minute funnel consultation below, I'll look at your current website, your current marketing approach, your purpose, what are you trying to create in the world, the value ladder, any online courses you have or want to create, and we'll piece that all together so that you can reach the right people the right way, authentically. Also take a look at your email marketing campaign and stuff. But if you don't see it, it's just because I'm busy. But stay tuned with the emails, and you know, anytime I have openings, I'll send out an email, and you know, I can help you out. But anyways, hope that was valuable, my friend. I love you dearly. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and just have fun. I don't really know how to end this, so I'm gonna go like, bye-bye, enjoy the waves. Okay, bye-bye.